up. When we wake up, we start the show, even if it's 10 minutes, even if it's 1 hour, even if it's 2 hours, even if it's only one person. Lubawowa. The time is 5 minutes past 6 in the morning. I just woke up and I'm so happy again, out again, educating my people and preparing us for the big task ahead, which is Bashimadaduro, and explaining all what it means to be free, be an independent country. That is our wish, and that is the message to our youth, that the only option that we have now toward the table, only key Yoruba people exit out of Nigeria, and there is nothing that can change that. So that is why we are doing what we do, by educating millions and millions of the youth, both the diaspora youth, because the message is not just for àwọn tó wà nílé. We are also encouraging our youth in the diaspora, Tojomo Yoruba, to understand that Nigeria is far beyond your normal day-to-day celebrity that you follow because you love them. Nigeria has gone past that stage. Our Yoruba can be out of Nigeria and we will have a better option. Our option right now within Nigeria is no longer working. So this message goes also to the youth that are diaspora. So good morning and welcome to our channel. Mokiwa Nikikiola, and I say this is the 6th day of the month of April 2025. I'm looking at my time, it's just 10 minutes past 6 a.m. And as usual, when we wake up on this channel, we go straight into the conversation without wasting too much time. The program might be just an hour. Láti encourage àwọn èèyàn wa again, àwọn ọ̀dọ́, that the hope that we are all expecting in a one Nigeria is not likely to happen. And we must get this message quickly so that we are not burning our time inside Nigeria. Nigeria ni ẹ fẹ́ burn time yẹn fún. Nigeria ti lọ. Èyí tó kù ní sí ni pé kí àwọn ọ̀dọ́ kó jáde, kó sọ fún ìjọba tó wà lórí oyè nísìn, látorí state títí dé federal, pé kí Yorùbá àtàwọn ẹ̀yà tó kù ká lọ separate. Màá sọ ìdí táwọn ọ̀dọ́ ti United Kingdom ní 2016 ipa tó kó láti lè jẹ́ kí Yorùbá dá dúró, láti lè exit Britain, láti lè jẹ́ kí Britain ní independence wọn and opt out nínú ìtàn pè ní the European Union. Kí ni ipa táwọn ọ̀dọ́ wọn kó? Àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ gba àwọn tó fẹ́ take control border wọn. So these are what a máa sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí for 1 hour. Nìyẹn ní àárọ̀ yìí, èní ní ọjọ́ kẹfà nínú oṣù kẹrin ọdún 2025. Orúkọ tèmi ni OLAYOMI KOIKI, tí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ yín mọ̀ sí Koikimedia. A tún sọ nípa tí bàbá Akíntóyè sọ nípa ìdí tí àwọn ọ̀dọ́ wa ṣe gbọ́dọ̀ dìde ní sáà yìí, because ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ program ló wà fún àwọn ọ̀dọ́ nígbà tí a bá ti gba òmìnira wa tí a dá dúró gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ ìlú orílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá. So ìyẹn náà ni a tún fẹ́ gbẹ́nu lé lórí ní kíákíá láì gba àsìkò púpọ̀, torí àsìkò ó ṣe kókó, ó ṣe pàtàkì gan. Dẹ̀ ní àsìkò yẹn. Mo fẹ́ kí gbogbo ẹ̀yin tí ẹ jẹ́ òbí, àwa tí a jẹ́ ta ní àwọn ọ̀dọ́ nílé, mo fẹ́ ká túbọ̀ sọ fún àwọn ọ̀dọ́ wa ìdí kan pé tí a bá ṣì ń dúró de pé Nàìjíríà máa ní ìlọsíwájú, àsìkò yẹn ti lọ, àsìkò yẹn ti kúrò. Kò sí ìlọsíwájú kankan tí orílẹ̀-èdè Nàìjíríà tó lè ní mọ́. So ẹ má jẹ́ kí a tún máa sọ fún àwọn tó wà nílé tó jẹ́ àwọn ọ̀dọ́ wa pé ìlọsíwájú ṣì ń bẹ fún Nàìjíríà. Kò sí ìlọsíwájú kankan mọ́ fún Nàìjíríà. Àsìkò tí a wà yìí, àsìkò tá a gbọ́dọ̀ fi òtítọ́ láti fi bá gbogbo àwọn tó jẹ́ ọmọ Yorùbá sọ̀rọ̀ pé self-determination ní Yorùbá àti ìlọsíwájú Yorùbá, òun nìkan ni ọ̀nà àbáyọ tó kù. So mo kí ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa bí ẹ ṣe ń darapọ̀ mọ́ wa lọ́tùn lósì. Lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí, ẹ bá wa gbé ọwọ́ lé share button kí a lè tètè ṣe, torí wákàtí kan péré ni mo fẹ́ lò. Iṣẹ́ wa fúnlẹ̀ wa, forílẹ̀ ibi wa, ká gbéga, ká gbéga, ká gbéga fálérí. Ìgbàgbọ́ wa ni pé bá ti bẹ̀rù làbọ̀ mọ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká ṣiṣẹ́, ká jọlá. Ìṣọ̀kan àtòmìnira ní kẹ́jẹ́ ká máa lépa. Ìtẹ̀síwájú fọ́pọ̀ ire àtòhun tó dára. Ọmọ Oòduà dìde, bọ́ sípò ẹ̀tọ́ rẹ. Ìwọ ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Àwa ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Èmi ni ìmọ́lẹ̀ ògo adúláwọ̀. Good morning and welcome as you are participating and joining this live transmission from our studio in London. Orúkọ mi ni OLAYOMI KOIKI, tí gbogbo yẹn mọ̀ sí Koikimedia, bringing the world closer to your doorstep. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ lọ sí ẹni tí a mọ̀ nípa ipa wo ni àwọn ọ̀dọ́ kó nígbà tí Britain tó náà fẹ́ exit European Union, àti pé kí ló fà á tí àwọn Britain ṣe náà wọ́n fẹ́ dá dúró láti lè opt out from that market tí wọ́n náà wọ́n ṣe pẹ̀lú àwọn European mọ́. Kí ni role wọn? Brexit exit ni a mọ̀ sí níjọ́ náà lọ́hùn. Brexit exit. Kí ni role táwọn youth wọn play? Ìyẹn la fi sọ̀rọ̀ lé lórí, àti pé ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ argument nígbà náà, òun ni mo fẹ́ wo the UK youth perspective and priorities for the Brexit exit. There are many things tí ó máa jẹyọ nínú ẹ̀, but àwo èyí tí a bá lè rí lò tó máa ṣàǹfààní fún èyí tí àwa gbé dání gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ Yorùbá. Mo kí wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí pé ẹ káàbọ̀ ní kíákíá. Ẹ dẹ̀ bá wa máa share ètò yìí fún àwọn ọ̀dọ́, both the youth tó wà ní níbí báyìí àtàwọn youth tó ń bẹ nílé, ẹ jẹ́ kí a ṣàlàyé fún wọn àwọn ìdí yẹn. Mo kí ẹ̀yin èèyàn wa lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí pé ẹ káàbọ̀ sí orí channel wa tí à ń pè ní Koikimedia. Ọ̀dọ́ ṣe pàtàkì in any society. Ọ̀dọ́ ṣe pàtàkì nínú society àbí nínú government. But tí a bá wo ọ̀dọ́ tó wà nílẹ̀ Yorùbá lénìí, a rí pé ó kù díẹ̀ káàtó fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n ní tó fẹ́ ṣe, àmọ́ wọn ò lè ṣe látara àwọn kan tí ìjọba Nàìjíríà àti ìyà tí ó ti fi wọ́n jẹ nínú ìlú tí à ń pè ní Nàìjíríà. Ó wá ṣeni láàánú pé nígbà tí bàbá Akíntóyè jáde tí ó ní kí àwọn ọmọ Yorùbá ká béèrè fún ẹ̀tọ́ wa nínú Nàìjíríà láti lè dá dúró, láti lè gbara wa sílẹ̀, láti lè jẹ́ ìlú kan. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn tí ó jẹ́ ọ̀dọ́ wọ́n really follow, wọ́n ò ní interest tó pọ̀ nínú ẹ̀, and ó jẹ́ nǹkan tó jẹ́ ìbànújẹ́ fún ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwa tí à ń ṣe Yorùbá nation. Ìdí táwọn ọ̀dọ́ ọ̀dẹ̀ ṣe ni pé ṣe ni àwọn ọ̀dọ́ wa rò bóyá láìpẹ́ láì jìnnà Nàìjíríà máa wà transformed, Nàìjíríà máa ní progression, Nàìjíríà sì máa lè fún wọn ní ìtọ́fẹ́, and on that note wọ́n participate pé kí Yorùbá kó lọ. Majority of them wọ́n fi sẹ́yìn kàkà kí wọ́n sọ́pọ́tì kí Yorùbá ṣe lè dá dúró, ṣe ni wọ́n ṣì ń push pé kí the current system to destroy Yorùbá kó ṣì continue. So in táwa wá fẹ́ ṣe nísìnyí pé ká try as much as possible ká encourage wọn láti lè jẹ́ kí wọ́n padà wá sí ilé kó tó di pé ó máa late, torí the more tó bá engage nínú Nàìjíríà wọn ò ní lè rí nǹkan kan ṣe, and they might end up tá máa rí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn ọ̀dọ́ tó lè para wọn lọ́jọ́ iwájú. Ìdí tí bàbá Akíntóyè ṣe sọ pé a gbọ́dọ̀ ṣe gbogbo ohun tó tọ́ tó yẹ láti encourage àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ilẹ̀ Yorùbá láti lè darapọ̀. Kò wá ń ṣọ̀dọ́ tó wà ní yunifásítì nìkan là ń sọ yìí, ọ̀dọ́ tí ó wà ní agbègbè yín, ọ̀dọ́ tí ó ń bẹ ní community wa, ọ̀dọ́ tó ń bẹ ní inú oko, ọ̀dọ́ tó ń ṣiṣẹ́ àti tó wà ní school, ọ̀dọ́ tó ṣiṣẹ́ tó ń wáṣẹ́ káàkiri. Ẹ jẹ́ kí wọ́n mọ̀ pé ọ̀rọ̀ Nàìjíríà ó ti mẹ́hẹ, kò dẹ̀ sí àṣeyọrí kankan tó lè bá jáde nínú ẹ̀. So option tó kù fún wa nísìnyí pé ká demand fún a complete Yoruba exit. I repeat, a complete Yoruba exit, opting out of current Nigeria tí ó wà nísìn. Now, during the campaign for the exit out of the European Union, there was quite a lot that took place as at the time of that campaign. There was quite a lot of things to share, a lot. Ẹ jẹ́ ká kọ́kọ́ lọ wo in tó jáde ní London School of Economics, and the topic as at the time is about 47 page. We will not be able to go through it all over because the UK youth perspective and priorities for BRICS exit negotiation by Dr. Sam Magias and Dr. Shakuntal Banerjee, London School of Economics and Political Science. Quite a lot. I'm just going to look at the content quickly and just pick on one. Today, many things will be written inside it, but I just want to take 1 or 2 points and then move on swiftly. Youth views on politics, the UK and the BRICS exit. Finding: young people in our study repeatedly highlighted generational differences in the BRICS exit preferences. Just like Bashin Sokpa fi kúrò ní Nigeria nísìn, àwọn tó jẹ́ àwọn youth wa wọ́n lè ṣe ju pé in tó ti mọ̀ tẹ́lẹ̀ nìkan ni wọ́n fẹ́ stick to, which is the Nigeria. So it's like pé fẹ́ sọ fún wọn pé kó switch from being one Nigeria tí wọ́n ti mọ̀ nígbà tó bí wọn, tí wọ́n bí wọn sí, because ẹlòmíà tẹ̀ máa ní jèbínú Nigeria lọ bí wa sí, kí la fẹ́ exit fún, but wọ́n ti gbàgbé pé Yorùbá ó ti suffer gan nínú Nigeria látara crime tí Britain ṣe fún wa as back over 100 years plus. Nígbà slave trade, wọ́n fìyà jẹ wá. After the slave trade, àṣìǹjìyà náà ni nínú ilẹ̀ wa, lórí ilẹ̀ wa. All these needs to stop, and that's why Tashin sọ fáwọn ọ̀dọ́ pé what can stop it in tó lè dá dúró oníkẹ́ká pull out from the current structure to jẹ́ one Nigeria, and a ní láti pull out as quickly, as fast as possible. Òun nìkan ni a lè fi rí ọ̀nà àbáyọ. A significant majority expressed bemusement, anger, and resentment at the choice to leave the EU. Now, from that phrase, kò ń ṣe gbogbo ọ̀dọ́ UK ló accept pé kí UK pull out from the European Union in 2016. A lot of them would prefer pé káwọn ṣì wà nínú the European Union market. Kò ń ṣe pé wọ́n ní lè lọ sí EU, but nígbà tí UK ti fẹ́ pull out yẹn, they are moving out from a single market, and they would have to renegotiate back into the market. Àwọn ọmọ wọn ti mọ̀ nípa one single market, whether èyí tó lọ ṣọlidé níbẹ̀, èyí tó ń tajà níbẹ̀, èyí tó kọ̀ ń gbé níbẹ̀, all these eventually ó máa change. So táwa náà bá sọ fáwọn ọ̀dọ́ pé a fẹ́ pull out, Yoruba exit out of Nigeria, many questions máa jáde, many ìbéèrè wa máa béèrè lọ́wọ́ wa. Tá a bá kúrò ní Nigeria, ṣáàṣì máa ní access láti lọ sí north, ṣáàṣì máa lè ṣe this, ta ló máa, báwo la ṣe máa jẹun, ata tó ń kó wá láti ilẹ̀ Haúsá, epo tó ń kó wá láti ilẹ̀ Igbo. All these questions are questions tí ó máa arise within a discussion in any part tá bá ti ń sọ àwọn ọ̀rọ̀ pé kí Yorùbá exit kó ṣẹlẹ̀. This was also similar to in tó ṣẹlẹ̀ náà nígbà táwọn ará UK, àwọn ọ̀dọ́ wọn, tí àwọn kan propose that the UK needs to leave the European Union. There were significant majority to express bemusement, kódà wọ́n wà angered and resentment at the choice to leave the EU, which was made in their view primarily through, not exclusively, by the older generation. This time around, kò ń ṣe àwọn àgbàlagbà ló ní ká pull out. It is also some of our youth and the older generation. Kódà, the older generation that are advising us to pull out of the structure of Nigeria right now, àwọn tí rí bí Nigeria tẹ̀ ṣe rí tẹ́lẹ̀, even though it has not favored majority of the people. But these elders that are telling us that Nigeria ò fún wa ní progression, àwọn try láti ṣe as much, and I'm talking about somebody like Professor Adebanji Akitoye. Papa is 90 years old, and it would be very wrong for any youth to Jomo Yoruba to disagree with Professor Akitoye and agree with the current political representatives tó wà lórílẹ̀-èdè Yorùbá nísìn, because Baba Akitoye was part and parcel of the Awolowo that everybody agree and believe that Awolowo is our beacon within the Yoruba land, within the Yoruba system, because Awolowo wà lára àwọn tí à ń fojú sọ pé tá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ government, Awolowo, tá bá ń sọ̀rọ̀ àwọn tó jà pé kí Yorùbá dá dúró, so Awolowo is one person tí gbogbo wa gbà fún, whether we are believer of Yoruba nation, those that believe in the political part as well, gbogbo ilẹ̀ Yorùbá majority hardly lẹ́ni tó máa disagree pé bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀ kò ṣe tó àbí kò gbìyànjú tó. Now, kí ló fà á tí àwọn tó jẹ́ current government wa, àwọn representatives wa, why are they not working in the same direction bí bàbá Awólọ́wọ̀? That is what makes Professor Akintoye a unique person among them, because Baba Akintoye nìkan ló ṣì wà in line with the Awolowo vision fúnra Yorùbá, the Awolowo vision for a good welfare fúnra Yorùbá, the Awolowo vision for quality life fúnra Yorùbá, the Awolowo vision to retain and maintain our true identity out of the current Nigeria táwa lẹ́ni. Baba Akintoye nìkan ni àtàwọn tí wọ́n wà lẹ́yìn wọn tí wọ́n jọ ń ṣe. Now, young people in our study are distrustful of many existing political and media institutions and of their representatives, but nothing less, most remain passionate about politics. The same thing, tabawo àwọn ọ̀dọ́ tó wà nílé, most of them are passionate. They want to be involved in politics, but they don't want to be involved in the current politics because INEC has failed them, our representatives have failed them, but they are hoping and thinking that àwọn lè set up another political system nínú Nigeria that will defeat the current one that is there right now. But it is becoming and proving difficult fáwọn náà. So what they are now doing is they are doing, protests, they are angry, food cost, inflation, and all these. Ẹ̀yin tí ẹ jẹ́ ọ̀dọ́ Yorùbá, we don't have to be part of the 60 million failed country. We can be part of the 200 million plus country. That 200 million is not what we need now. We can be a smaller country with 60 million branded think Yoruba first. Then we can then start to worry about the others. But right now, the current government has to worry about 350 different ethnic groups, 300 and 500 languages. Some of you never understand language Igbo. Neither them understand Hausa, Abian languages to cool. So there is a distrust within the government. Even the government that is meant to be for Yoruba people, because Tinubu is meant to be for Yoruba people, but he is not representing us. Go represent Watu. And the argument Tikofi represents Wanipe, after Tinubu came to power in the last 2 years, more Yoruba people have also died for the insecurity. So it makes us wonder that, do we really even understand what Tinubu is doing as a president? Because being a president, Oje could cover, could protect the interest of Yoruba, but he's not doing that. And that is also a problem. because of the time, because the program is just an hour, 60 minutes. Let me see what I can pick from there. Then we go back quickly to Babakito 1. Again, many young people in our study displayed a complex and nuanced understanding of BRICS exit. This is very important. This is very, very important. Many of àwọn ọ̀dọ́ tiwa náà lénìí nísìnyí, they are completely not understanding the purpose of a Yoruba country. Okay, Efigba Yoruba country. Why? Why do you want to leave the one that we all know? Yes, it is rotten, it is corrupt, it is not in favor of any Yoruba youth. It has failed everybody, but they are still hoping that something will come out of it. This is not good. So we need to encourage our youth lately think the other way around on how not to believe in the current and the old Nigeria that we have right now. They need to start thinking about the future Yoruba government that will only represent our true interest. Because what we have right now is not representing our true interest. The current Nigeria that we are running right now could represent the interest Yoruba, could represent our interest. And all we can do is to opt out. Yoruba exit out of Nigeria, just like Britain left European Union in 2016. And that should not be any crime. We must talk about it, and our youth must engage. Let's look at another point that was raised in that particular discussion. Once again, it's coming up to 6:34 a.m. in the morning. It's a Sunday, the 6th of April, 2025. And this is the channel that talks about the self-determination of the Yoruba people. So we are looking at the statistics from the London School of Economics that was produced about the UK youth perspectives and priorities for BRICS exit negotiation. And we are using that to gauge the Yoruba youth perspective as Professor Akitoye and the team and those that believe that Yoruba now needs to pull out of the current one Nigeria. That is what we are doing in the 60 minutes of this broadcast. Now, let's pick two more points and then we go to Babakitoye's point as well. Many youth or many young people in the study that was displayed complex and nuanced understanding of BRICS exit and of the short and the long-term effect of withdrawal from the EU. Now, an average Yoruba youth will say, Aba pull out of Nigeria. How do you want me to survive? But what it does not understand, I will get you to understand it when we come to what Professor Akitoye talked about. Our youth development program will transform our nation. The youth development program in Nigeria today has not transformed any part of our youth in Yoruba land. It has been destructive, it has damaged, it has become an oppression against the intellectuals of our youth. Most of our youth, all our youth rather, from the female to the male, are well-grounded intellectuals. It does not matter whether they are educated in education line. A Yoruba mechanic are fantastic. A Yoruba tailor are fantastic. A Yoruba barber are fantastic. A Yoruba teacher are fantastic, but they're not paid very well. A Yoruba farmer has been shortchanged by the Fulani terrorist attack on them on a daily basis. All these are threats that we are now well concerned that the Yoruba youth must now allow us to all come in one direction and say we've had it all. Enough is enough. And it is possible, it is doable, and this is more like a final call to encourage the youth to prepare for the upcoming rally that the leader of the Yoruba self-determination will call very soon. You must play your part. You must participate. You must be involved. You will also have to come in line to understand that the only option that we have left with now is for the Yoruba youth to, the Yoruba youth to play a vital role láti lè pull out. So ẹ̀yin ọ̀dọ́ wa ni mò ń bá sọ̀rọ̀. Mo kí gbogbo èèyàn ẹ má bínú mo lè máa dárúkọ because this is a very straight 60 minutes and bringing names in would take me out of the time. But gbogbo yín ni mo recognize from our media that are in the house and those of you that are already joined the discussion this particular morning. Now, let's move swiftly. The role of the youth during the BRICS exit. Now, there is another finding. The perspective on the impact of BRICS exit on the young people in the UK and the world. Ṣé làwọn ọ̀dọ́ wa rò pé tá bá kúrò ní Nàìjíríà, kódà ó máa tún jẹ́ a bigger problem for us. What they have not understand enough is that it is even better for us to leave now and then build a new government that will recognize and respect the values of the youth. So, young people in our study clearly did not want to lose the EU membership opportunities and rights. Ṣé bá wọn tẹ̀ ní right, one opportunity before the UK youth left the European market. Even after they've left, they still have a good right, they still have a good opportunity. Nisin, in the last 60 years plus of the independence of Nigeria going into military coups after the regional government were destroyed, there was war, there was civil war in 1967, coming back to 1993 where Babangida destroyed another election and killed a Yoruba man, MK Abiola, killed many Yoruba people that were against that particular event. Late Kudirat Abiola was killed, Paruani, many people lost their life. Tinubu ran out of Nigeria because his life was under threat. They were going to kill him. After Abacha died, Tinubu came back. He became a governor. The rest is history. But many youth, even from 1999 till date, do not have quality education across Yoruba land. You will cry for millions of Yoruba people that they've destroyed the educational system. The work ethics is not there. Many destruction continue, and this is the reason why Yoruba people can no longer walk in line to say, I feel Yoruba people should not want to talk about we want to rescue Nigeria. It is not our business to rescue Nigeria anymore. It is now very important that trying to rescue Nigeria is like you would not achieve anything out of it. Many of our youth asking all those questions, why many Yoruba don't even know we have all those produce under our feet. A Yoruba youth is worried about kilomaje when we leave Nigeria. Just like the UK, according to the findings, young people clearly did not want to lose the EU membership and opportunities and the right that they currently have access to, particularly in the areas of human and civil rights, cross-border, family travel, work, education, and trade. As at the time that the UK was leaving the European market, their youth were not more than doing a lot. But even after they've left the market, their youth are still better off. I take Kurono Nigeria, our youth are not enjoying any basic amenities, any basic things in the current Nigeria. So our own is even in a dire need. So let me now, another point that they raise here is young people in our study want a strong economy that provide adequate schooling and higher education, jobs and housing for them and their families. They are concerned about the current lack of housing mobility, high field levels, low paid, unsatisfying jobs. They are deeply concerned about the further negative impact of BRICS exit on the British. Now, in reverse, Fawanisi, they talked about education here. A lot of the youth in Nigeria right now, to Jomo Yoruba, are not they're not educated. They talk about provide adequate a strong economy. Nílẹ̀ Yorùbá lẹ́nu nísìn, many Yoruba youths struggle with the economy of this government, the previous government, the 16 years government of the failed PDP. So it's like 25 years Yoruba youth could not shine among their peers around the world. Not that we do not qualify, not that we are educated enough. And when I say educated, it's not until you go to university, tertiary education, that you're educated. You could be educated from the people that are your parents. Nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, àìmọ̀ ẹni tó yẹ pé iṣẹ́ àgbẹ̀ ló gbà lọ́wọ́ bàbá ẹ̀, ẹni tó lọ sí university ò lè compete pẹ̀lú wọn. And those go like that for the artisans, àwọn tó kọ́ṣẹ́. Toba ní extra, because reason why most people dropped out of education in Nigeria, nílẹ̀ Yorùbá lẹ́nu, they don't have the fees. And there's not like a public school anymore. Even the public school is almost like a private school. The only difference is that they collect small money. And those small money, they collect it, that majority. I was speaking to somebody in Ogun State yesterday, and their concern is that tó bá jáde ò lè jẹun. So it's like they have to be out riding Okada to make the living for the day. Tó bá tún dijọ́ kejì, wá tún ṣe the same thing. So it is difficult for them to plan ahead like we can do in the UK. So, and again, without a good economy that have been destroyed. Kò ń ṣe ìjà Fúlàní nìkan là ń sọ̀rọ̀. Majority of the Fulanis that are taking the resources that have used Nigeria to their own advantage have now suppressed the Yoruba economy. The people like Dangote, Rabiu, and many of those in the banking sector from àwọn tọ̀dọ̀ àwọn ọmọ Igbo, they've destroyed every part of Yoruba land. Wọ́n jẹ́ kí Yoruba gbérí. And we should be the one in control of all this within our sector, within our territory. But we cannot control it because the influx of these people to our territory is also a threat to our lives. That is why in America, they want people to come in, but they want the best. UK also want people to come in, but they want you to only work within a sector, like in the care system, where most of their people are becoming elderly, but they are living long. So in the care system, they are taking care of people that in their 70, 80, that they have not died. But in Nigeria, we are not even talking about looking after the young people. More people are dying. According to the World Health Organization, you are likely to die at the age of 52 in Nigeria. While in Serbia, a 1.3 million country, you will not die until you are 78. So the question then is, why to jẹ́ pé a fi struggle láti maintain, and we don't want to rescue Nigeria. So let me leave that point there. There's still a lot that I can pick from there, but I want to, because of the time, I want to come back to Baba Akintoye one now. This is what Baba Akintoye is proposing to the youth of Yoruba people within the current failed system of Nigeria today, to tell you that if you believe that the Nigeria that you are still believing in that has failed, That belief system is coming from maybe your religious body that are telling you that Nigeria will be great by the name of Jesus Christ and Muhammad and all this nonsense. It is all bloody lie. Jesus is not coming to rescue Nigeria. Jesus left Nigeria long time ago. The Yoruba land is blessed. The Igbo land is blessed. They can call Jesus, but they are being blessed from their land. They are not being blessed by Nigeria because Nigeria died long time ago. So nobody will tell you that God is coming to rescue Nigeria. God will not rescue Nigeria because God does not permit your politicians that are working in line with the globalists to destroy the real people, the indigenous people. God left Nigeria a long time ago. So let's go at the proposal because we're just about 20 minutes to the end of the program. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. God left Nigeria long time, but God bless Yoruba land. God bless Ijo land. God bless Biafra land. God bless Hausa land. But God will never bless anybody calling Nigeria. Yes, you will be blessed. You will be thinking that, oh, in Jesus' name, God bless me. Oh, yes, God will bless you. But God is not blessing you based on that name Nigeria because Nigeria is coined by a fake country. Because the fake country is Britain. Britain is the manipulator of the creation of Nigeria. It's not God. God did not create Nigeria. So if anybody like your Babadeboye, Kumuyi, Pastor Bakari are talking about one nonsense God in Nigeria, they are telling you lies. They are part of the system. They are part of those that have held you down so that you are hoping that, oh, you will go to Sunday church now today and go and pray to God that God should give us a good leader. Tinubu will not be the only bad leader. Even if you bring Peter Obi in, some people, even the Igbos are telling me that we should be wary of Peter Obi because Peter Obi was in Downing Street before the election and he came out, he became a Labour Party candidate. And even more, Igbo, and I used to use that word, you will never be president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Go and join Biafra. If Tinubu even complete his 8 years, Igbo people will never, not me that I don't want it, but the North, some Yoruba do not trust you. If you like, believe it or not. But when we have a Yoruba country, we would appreciate that we have Igbos, Biafra within our country, but in line with our constitution, in line with our laws, if it does not favor them, they can move to another country. Many Igbos that live in any country around the world today, if they are not happy in Germany, they move to Italy. Some of them doesn't want to live in the UK. It's as simple as that. So don't come and tell us that, oh, but I am married to an Igbo woman. Yes, we will give you residence permit. We are not going to rescue Igbo people because we want to rescue Nigeria. We are rescuing ourselves out of Nigeria as Yoruba people. So, you know, pass message. I have only 20 minutes. I see everybody coming in. I can't mention names. I'm very pressed with time because I still want to go back to have a bit of sleep. Our youth development program will transform our nation. This is coming from our father now, Professor Adebanji Akintoye. In the opinion of most Yoruba people, the most damaging impact of Nigeria on our Yoruba nation is Nigeria impact on our Yoruba children and youth. When I traveled to Ekiti in February, I was in Nigeria and I traveled with Babakitoye to Ekiti. When we got to certain motorway, you could tell that our Yoruba youth have been destroyed. You will not see a British youth on the highway, on the N25, the A10, the all corners of every part selling guguru and ekpa. But the opposite is that Nigeria has damaged our youth, and it is time that our youth allow us to pull out. This is the final call coming from Professor Akintoye. Let's go further. In the Yoruba culture and the culture, our culture is not Nigeria. Nigeria doesn't have a culture. Nigeria doesn't have a land. Nigeria onile. Nigeria have stolen our land, and the Jesus they are calling on Nigeria is our land. If you remove Tabayo Nigeria Kuro, waripe ha, ilẹ̀ Yorùbá àdúpẹ́ fọlọ́run Jésù ṣeun mo ti ń béèrè lé tipẹ́tipẹ́ Jésù ibo ló wà bóun ẹ̀ kò pe Jésù títí problem ẹ̀ kọ́ ni Jésù lórí problem ẹ̀ ni pé Nàìjíríà ni ó ajákorúkọ. So Nigeria doesn't have a culture, it doesn't have a language, it doesn't have a food. If you talk about Nigerian food, there's nothing called Nigerian food. It's either Yoruba food, Igbo food, Hausa food, Ijaw food. And every one of us have our uniqueness, but we can never be united. We hate each other so much. We can, look, the German youth do not like the British youth. Even the British youth are being told that when they go to European country, they misbehave. That is their own culture. One, so much hooliganism even in the football sector. So this is the reason why that, Igbo knows this and know peace. Fight for your ethnicity, preservation, and manage and control your immigration system and laws. Do not bring yours and say, oh, you don't have a right. My right here is under the British law. If I disagree, look, I live here now. Should I come and say, oh, I don't like gay people and lesbian people? I cannot say that. Because the law says that they are part of the system here. If I don't like it, I have the right to leave this country. So because of the time, I'm going to move swiftly because I only have 15 minutes. In Yoruba culture, children and youth are highly valued as the most important asset of every family and of society, and as the pillar of the future and strength and prosperity. Consequently, Yoruba people devote more attention and resources to proper development of the child than most other people do. In modern times, when the Western education has become the surest means of rising in society, Yoruba parents have commonly put enormous resources on school education for their children, often selling homes and other valuable assets for school fees and college fees. Even to the totally illiterate Yoruba parent, helping the child through the school is the most important life pursuit in our time. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ àwọn òbí tó jẹ́ òbí wa nílẹ̀ Yorùbá lénìí, wọ́n ti gbìyànjú tó, but kò síjọba láti fi ran the next phase lọ́wọ́. Most of them have used gbogbo resources wọn, wọ́n ti ta lé, wọ́n ti ta gold, wọ́n ti ta this, wọ́n ti ta lẹ̀ láti fi fund àwọn ọmọ wọn. Now, most of them are saying to their children, we should get out of Nigeria. My mom took me out of Nigeria because she knew in 1998 that the country has failed. She ran out of Nigeria in 1992. So most of our parents today, your parents are shying away from telling you the truth because they can't give you what you need. So some of you are now into crime, drugs, prostitute, and your parents look away because they have no say. Nigeria has seriously hurt this highly cherished Yoruba agenda of child and youth development in two painful ways. First, under the leadership of a people, the Fulani who despairs and fear Western education. The quality of education has been made to fall steadily at all levels in all parts of Nigeria, including Yoruba land. We are seeing University of Ibadan. There's no water. There's no quality systems. There's nothing working. There's no electricity. The students are working hard, but there is no support system to help them. And that goes also across every other part of the region. To the great sadness of Yoruba people, increasing numbers of Yoruba families are now responding by avoiding the public schools. I went to a public school called Abeokuta Grammar School, a very top-notch. A very top-notch, very, very top-notch. But today, the old students are now, I have rejected it from my team, from my schoolmates. In the last 4 years, I refuse to give them any money to go and repair anything in the school. They are still doing it because that is not how it works in America. That is not how it works in the UK. The government is meant to fix and rectify all the public schools and fund it. But the Fulani do not like education. They have been in power. They've used the quota system to destroy, láti fi parọ́ fún wa. Because I know, you know, that the quota system has not favored the Yoruba people for many years. I'm not even sure why Tinubu has not reversed that. So you can see that Tinubu, so when we talk about Tinubu is in government, is not representing us. And he will not represent us until he leaves. Because he should have started talking about why do we have, if the North doesn't want to go to school, why should their cut-off mark be low and they can use that to gain access into University of Lagos, while an indigene cannot access Lagos State University, one Amadu Bello University, or Nsukka, lọ́dọ̀ àwọn Igbo long. So you can tell that there have been a massive destruction purposely by the Fulani's agenda. And you know who is behind it? Britain. The same Britain is now advising Nigerians láti wá ṣe láti wá sanwó fáwọn in their business center, in education line. So many Yoruba people think that, oh, when I get to UK and I'm qualified, no, you will not even have the fund. Most of you lie on the student visa to get access into the UK. When you get here, you realize that you cannot fund it. If Yoruba bá ti ní structure tó ń lọ tẹ́lẹ̀ dáadáa, why do we need to come and study here when our universities are great? University of Ibadan, University of Ife. So ẹ̀yin ọ̀dọ́, what ti change psyche yín pé until you get to abroad, we should be successful. No, it was not meant to be like that. It was not like that during the regional government. Most of the youth, tó bá ṣetán, wọ́n máa sá padà lọ sílé ni láti lọ ṣiṣẹ́. Most of those things have been destroyed. We are just 10 minutes because the 60-minute broadcast. So I'm going to move swiftly. I will be talking about this more in the course of the program later on in the week. So they destroy the public school. Every part of the public school have been destroyed today. Everybody is now sending their children across to the private school. Secondly, because of the federal government destruction of the development and energy and monument of the Yoruba Western region. Imagine a Western region that was stable, the best among every one of them. Britain was scared that we will produce millions of strong Yoruba qualified people, and we will be the one controlling the European market from Yoruba land. So what they did was told the Fulanese that are working for them, do not be deceived. The problem, Tanenile Yoruba, every one of our problem, Britain is the one behind it. Britain destroyed not just Yoruba land, they killed many people from the Igbo side. The Hausas were taken out and allowed the percentage of just 6% of Fulani to control us. So you can see the impact after 60 years plus, what Fulani have been able to do. Kill, maim, destroy. It's like every other regions are just quiet. You know why? Because those I want to represent you, they are under the puppet of the Fulanis, including all our kings. I saw Sultan of Sokoto in Oyo State. The devil is a devil. He would have loved to have a full-blown Fulani man as the Alafin. But luckily, that did not work for him. Ìtìjú ló jẹ́ kó wá, he would probably not have loved to come. Their agenda is to dip the Quran right inside and destroy everything that we know as Yoruba people. You got to be knowing this now, Enyodo. That devil of Sokoto in that part, his agenda is to destroy every part of Yoruba land. And the only way we can stop them now is to pull out together as the final roll call for the rally is gearing up. You, as the president, the vice president, all the cabinet of the student union across Yoruba land, start preparing your team to come out, support and endorse a country that will respect your true identity, that will value your life, that will take you to wherever you want to go, even if you want to go to moon. Elon Musk is doing all that. We would do that as well. But tó bá ń rò pé being in one Nigeria and trying to disrespect people that are calling for Yoruba nation, two things will happen to you. You're probably likely to die from that, because Nigeria is a death trap for the Yoruba youth. During the regional government, because we have 6 minutes, my name is OLAYOMI KOIKI, and this is a direct message to all our youth across. And the youth to all abroad, most of you will not be able to go home if you do not support this vision. Most of you, you are looking at your parents that are crying today that they want a Yoruba country. But because you live in Europe, you live in America, in a very conducive place, and you want to go and do dirty December, you just want to go back home, you want to impress your peers, you think that you can quickly go and do a turnaround. I saw a young man, I believe he's a UK base, that is running a business in Nigeria, crying every day for a lot of things that is happening. He has a lot of money. He even talked about the work ethics. Nobody wants to work anymore. All this is happening because the structure that we are following in Nigeria has permitted it. All that will be reversed because our mentality will be changed in the course of when we have our own independent country. We are just 5 minutes to the end of the program. Let's go back again. The federal government of the Fulanese, with the British back, make sure that everything that Baba Awolowo did was destroyed. Why do I say that? Britain knew Baba Awolowo very well because Baba Awolowo was part of the negotiation team that represent the Southwest from 1957-58 in Lancaster House. I've taken you there before. And those that were taking the note knew that Tabafi Baba Awolowo Sile to become the first premier or president of the Nigeria in 1960. Most of us today will not be here. We will be running our business and the English people will be the ones serving us. Today, most of us are serving the English people. And this is the message for our Tawani Biba. Regardless of wherever you are within the sector, we are slaves to them. Àwọn ọmọ tó tó wa ló ń control wa. Ó jẹ́ káwa jẹ́ èèyàn yìí, èèyàn ńlá nílẹ̀ Yorùbá, and send our goods to the English people to sell on our behalf. Yes, we can set up our businesses, but our English people ló máa represent wa. But the reverse is the case. No matter how ground educated you are all slaves in the United Kingdom. The only difference is we are still having 3 square meal. We are allowed to drive cars. We are allowed to have their British passport. You are slaves for the English people. So your children that are rejecting Yoruba nation in your house will not make it back to the homeland if Tabaja for Nisin. And this is the message to the diaspora that are telling us Yoruba nation is not the option. In just 1 more minute. So they destroyed the regional government. Because of the relentless decline of the whole of Nigerian economy since then, unemployment has become a major character of the Nigerian society. Nigeria unemployment rate is one of the highest in the world today, and the Yoruba society is terribly devastated by the massive unemployment. In the far north of Nigeria, where there is almost no attention to education, Nigeria anti-education posture has created an enormous class of poor youth, consisting millions of youth who have acquired no schooling or no skills, and they class them as the Alimajiris. Those Alimajiris will be the one to take us out in the future if you remain in one Nigeria. We got to be very careful, and we got to pull up now, and we got to do it together as quickly as possible. My name is OLAYOMI KOIKI. It's just a Sunday nugget to start with for your Sunday before you start going to your church and listen to their online prayer. This is the one that you need to suck in and then go back and watch the one online where they'll call Jesus Christ and Muhammad. Thank you so much. Happy Sunday.